Welcome to the installation service of Randy Farley as the new superintendent of the schools. Preceding that was a dinner at St. Anthony's. Then the oath and administration by Judge Pat Wilson. Randy was joined by his wife Nancy and by his son J.R. who lives in Florida. So now join us for the installation service of Randy.
Board of Education meeting this evening, a very special one, and we are so glad that so many of you came out with us to begin anew with a new superintendent this evening. Judge Wilson, we're delighted to have you with us. We appreciate you coming very much. And if you would, please stand. Our board member, Richard Pellergrin, will be leading our invocation, and Dr. Rosemary Thomas will lead us in the pledge to the flag.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, as always, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom in our decisions, that they will be in the best interest of all that we serve. We ask a special blessing this evening from Mr. Randy Farley, that he will have good health and restful evenings so that he may lead Marion County schools as long as he wishes. In your name, amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. We are building on a fine tradition of the past. We're looking forward to the future, and this evening we will be celebrating the present. And it's called the present because indeed it is a gift each and every day. We are very pleased that Judge Patrick Wilson is with us to swear in his longtime friend and I think classmate, and we won't ask for any stories to be told this time.
Thank you. Here, here.
But to swear in Randall D. Farley as the new superintendent of schools for Marion County. Judge Wilson, Superintendent to be Farley.
15 seconds or less. I just have to say that, I know people talk too much. I've known Randy for a long, long time. Education is so important in this county. Our outgoing superintendent has done a wonderful job, and I just know, and I want you to know, I'm sure you already do, that Randy is going to be excellent, superb in this role. And I'm just so honored to be able to administer this oath to him tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
You raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I, Randall D. Farley.
I, Randall D. Farley.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of West Virginia.
And the Constitution of the State of West Virginia.
And will faithfully discharge.
And will faithfully discharge.
The duties of Superintendent.
The duties of Superintendent.
Of Marion County Schools.
Of Marion County Schools.
To the best of my skill and judgment.
To the best of my skill and judgment.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Superintendent.
Look how everyone followed your instructions.
Already, first order of business.
Very good.
You can put the hands up and down.
Oh, I
you
have
can turn the lights on and off. Most of them are educators. They know all about it.
I've asked Mr. Farley to share some remarks with you at this time, some that I know are heartfelt and that he wants to share. And I know some of you, while our board meetings indeed are scintillating, to say the least, but may not want to stay for the whole meeting. So we thought we'd have Mr. Farley share some remarks now.
Well, it's been a long time being here in Marion County Schools. I've been here serving the students and families of Marion County for 44 years, and this fall starts 45. So I'm really looking forward and I'm excited to the next portion of my career, And I know it's going to be wonderful because I have such a wonderful support system here that's going to help me through that. And the students of Marion County have no idea how lucky they are because of all of the people in the school system who work so hard, along with their families and all of the different groups and community members, to make it such a wonderful place to be. So I thank you all for supporting me, and I know it's going to be really good.
It's my pleasure to introduce a lady, if the school system has a first lady. We do, and this is a person who has been a friend of mine for more years than we'd like to admit we've been alive. But Randy's wife, Nancy Farley, a retired educator from Marion County.
Thank you.
And his son, John Ross Farley, who many of you know and have known since he was little, and he is now residing. He is not in Almost Heaven, West Virginia, but he is in hotter than you know what, Florida right now. Some of you may know we've been working on a project with Judge Wilson for some time, and he's been very enthusiastic about something that he got some good news from the Supreme Court, I believe, very recently that you might like to share with the audience, Judge Wilson.
We had a meeting last year. I don't remember what month it was, in the fall. Mr. Montgomery was present at that meeting on behalf of the board, and then we've had other meetings Ms. Thomas was present at. We had applied for a, you all are probably painfully aware of the fact that we have a horrible drug problem here in Marion County across the board. We have utilized an adult drug court to try to help combat that for some time here. We made an application based upon a lot of support from a lot of entities, including the Marion County Board of Education last year, for approval to have a juvenile drug court here in Marion County. We were working on getting the board set up for that, working on getting service providers. One of the beauties among many of this kind of program is, unfortunately, if you have a child who fits that program, who's having those kinds of addict issues, in order for them to be in the program to avoid perhaps some sort of juvenile prosecution, not only do they have counseling and therapy and services provided, in order for them to participate in that program, the family has to participate in the program with it. And as you all know, without the family being involved, you really don't do any good. So we're looking at having that set up here in the next few months and hopefully getting it running, and so very happy to let you know that.
Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
The Farleys, their friends, and several of the best bakers around that are in this room and are in this building some of the time would like to invite all of you to a little reception. So we have unanimous consent from the board that we will recess this meeting and we will reconvene at sort of 7, but probably 7:05. So please, so please enjoy. Mr. Superintendent, if you'd like to lead the way. Please.
Randy, no, Randy.
Come on,
So many things, and now you're the First Lady of Marion County Schools. So how does it feel to be the superintendent's wife?
I'm very proud to be a superintendent's wife. He's worked very hard in this county and with the children of Marion County, and so I'm really thrilled that he is the new superintendent, and I know that Marion County will benefit by his.
Now, did you all meet in school or through education, or by any chance, since you're an educator yourself?
Well, we both were in education, but we both were married before, both two teachers, and so when our spouses died, then Randy he really needed a square dance partner. And so he called me and he said, I need a square dance partner. He said, would you consider doing that? So that's basically how we met, even though we had worked together in the system before.
Well, thank you and good luck. Do you have any plans you want to do as a First Lady, or had you thought about that?
Just support his missions.
All right, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
We thank you very much for joining us for the installation of Randy Farley as a Superintendent of Schools, administered by Judge Pat Wilson. Nancy Farley joined him as his wife, and J.R. He was also joined by the Marion County Board of Education, and many people attended the event. Until we meet again, Dee Dee Men, so long, take care, and be a blessing.